Good morning, everyone. This is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel, or should I say good afternoon. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. I have a little update, guys, on the wax seals. I did get the 1-inch mold that I told you all about, or supposedly a 1-inch mold. It came in, and it's the little cavities in the mold are not a 1-inch. They are probably about 3/4 of an inch. So the bigger stamps don't fit in the mold. You can force them in there, but you're not going to get that buildup that you would get normally when there's plenty of room. As you can see, that it just is too small. It does work for the smaller ones. This is what it looked like using the bigger one, forcing it in. I didn't get the buildup around the mold, and I really do like that little buildup around it, so I didn't get that on there. But I had some smaller ones. If you guys have anything else, a lot of times they are a little bit smaller. Like the initial ones are usually smaller, and they then I have like a crown here, and I think I have a holly that is even smaller than the initials. So for these two sizes, it's perfect because you have a little area around the perimeter of the stamp, but not the bigger ones. And these aren't even an inch. I think these measure about 3/4 of an inch, and they didn't fit in here. So that is the issue with this mold. Like I said, it works great on the smaller ones, but not on the bigger ones. Also, what I personally don't like about it, doesn't mean it really does anything. It's just my personal preference. I prefer for it to be not as deep. This one is about a 1/2 inch deep versus the bigger one. This one is only about 1/4 of an inch deep. So I like the shallow ones better, but they work. I'm going to show you what they look like. Here's there's a little crown that I made. As you can see, it has more of a buildup, which is the smaller one. And then the initial had a little bit less, but it still had the buildup. So it works very, very well. But I would have preferred, I need something that's in between these two. And trust me, guys, I have looked for it and did not find anything. And I spent a long hours really looking, and I couldn't find anything. When I do find one, I will let y'all know. I will definitely share that information with you. But I want to share with you how this works anyway. So let me just take out what I have here. And I'm just going to cut up this pink one that I don't like. And I'm actually going to remelt it again because I'm not going to use it for what I'm working on right now. I am waiting on some pink wax beads because really I don't have any. I think I'm going to do, let's see. I'll do the M again. So I'm going to do the M, and I'm going to melt this really quick for you guys. And I'm going to share with you something else that you can do to your wax seals to kind of make them more appealing to the eye. So let's melt this, and I'm going to share with you. A lot of times when I'm sharing something, I'm not looking at the screen so I can see what you guys are looking at, and I'll be off to the side somewhere, so I'm trying to pay attention this time. So I'm going to heat it up and just get that melted nice and get it nice and runny. But if you have the initial the alphabet stamps that you get, I think I picked those up at Hobby Lobby, guys. Those are smaller and they work perfect. It's just the bigger ones that don't work in this mold because it's too tight, and you won't get that buildup around the perimeter. See how it's nice and runny already? Heat it up a little bit more. And I'm going to just pour right in the center and it kind of fills up the whole thing, and that's okay. Wipe that off. Let me get my initial, and I don't have to do anything but kind of just try and center it, and then just leave it alone. And I'm going to leave it for a minute so it will melt, set. But while I'm doing that, I want to share with you what I did to the wax seals. You can use one of the any type of wax rub. Like, I think there's one that's called, there's these pens right here by Deco Color. There is also like what is it called? It's like a rubbing, it's rub something, I don't remember. Anyway, they have it in gold, silver, copper, different colors. And it's just a wax that you can rub on certain things to bring in that color. But I found that the pen worked perfectly well with the ones that I created. And see how I added gold to the cherubs? I hope there's not too much of a glare. But I did add gold to the cherubs. And this one right here is the With Love that I just ordered. It did come in, which is this one. And it's not going to fit in the smaller cavity. So I hope that you guys ordered the bigger one. If you ordered one at all, I would suggest the bigger one. But look at how nice it looks. So that's what I did to those. And even on the gold colored ones, because the tones, the colors in the gold are different, it still changes the look, because this is like an antique gold, and then I have a bright metallic gold. So the gold is different colors, so it does make it stand out more, even though it's gold on gold. So there are those. And then here are the envelopes. I did take them out and add the gold pen to them. But like I said, these pens come in different colors, so you could definitely do that or use some kind of rubbing wax on them. So this should be set. I'm going to go ahead and take it out, and one second. So there it is. It built up a little too much on this side. That's why it came. The idea is for it not to come on top of your on top of the stamp, but if it does, it doesn't stick. You can take it off. So there it is. There's the little M. So it worked well. Now I'm going to do the other one in the bigger mold so you guys can see how pretty it is. The With Love one that's going to go into my Happy Mail, because that's the name of the paper collection that I am working with. So let me move these seals out of the way. And as you can see, these, I still need 2 more, and this is going to be included in my Happy Mail. So let me move these out of the way. I'm actually almost done with my second trolley. I worked on it a little bit yesterday and a little bit this morning, so I'm almost done with it. Just kind of been taking my time, I guess, making more embellishments, because those are the ones that take the longest. So I'm going to cut these up. Yeah, I'll cut this one up. And the ones on the stick, you can cut them off the stick and the wick does come out. It's not a problem. You can do that fairly easy. I'm hoping this is enough wax, not sure, but let's try it. If not, we'll just add more. I tend to want to go to my right because I'm right-handed, and I get off screen when I do that, or out of the shot. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on that smaller mold, because I had people ask me if I could kind of do a review on it, and it does work. Definitely, if you have the smaller steels, it will come in handy for that, but not for the bigger ones. So for me, it wasn't a waste, because I do have smaller ones. And I actually had another idea, but I gotta test it first before I say anything, or before I share it. There it is. It's almost melted. As you can see, it's running, it's pretty runny. So let's do this one. And you want to get the little spoons that do have that little pour spout, because you have more control when they have that little pour spout. I'm not sure if that was enough wax, but we will see. One lady commented on the video that she only uses 3 of the wax beads, and she said that worked well for her. It doesn't for me because not all of it comes out. So this might not be enough wax, to be quite honest. Yeah, no, I don't think it was enough, but now I'm going to have to let it dry because, so I can take it off easy. So I'm going to need a little bit more. And that's the beauty of this, that you don't waste anything. You can just cut it up. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even show you this real clearly, but it was a crown. But it's not very, it's not very defined. It doesn't really stand out, but you can see it, though, when you do the wax seal. Just not as much or as well. Okay, let's see if this is ready. That doesn't look bad, actually. It doesn't look bad at all. So there is the wax seal. So that doesn't look bad. I'm going to let it dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you how I use the ink pen on there. While this one is drying a little bit more, I'm going to I need one more wax seal to complete that Happy Meal. Happy Meal. I'm hungry. I want to go to McDonald's to complete the Happy Meal, or birthday meal, should I say. The next one is also a birthday present. If you guys haven't seen, I did send out my trolley and it had been lost. It was in the mail for quite a while, but my friend finally got it and her video is up. Her name is Ginger Pana. I will link her channel in the description box. That way you guys, if you're curious as to what was in the Happy Mail, because inquiring minds want to know, I like to know. So I will post a link to her channel. Go on over there and show her some love. Wish her a happy birthday. Ginger is an amazing lady. And that way you can see her reaction to her birthday mail. We kept tracking the package and kept tracking it because it was lost. But it finally did make its way to her. I thought surely it was gone. There was a little bit of damage in it, so I'm going to have to improvise on my next trolley because of the score marks. When you cut them out in your machine, it does little dashes, little cuts, and it perforates the paper, and it can tear. And in her case, because it was lost like that, it did get damaged. So in the next one, I gotta do something different on that. But I'll share the link to her video and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Because you can see it on her video where there was damage to her trolley. Not that it wasn't packed right. It was just too long in transit. I gently put the seal in there because it tends to want to slip and slide. So I gently put it in there and kind of try and control it a little bit so it doesn't, and normally it wants to go to the right. I don't know if it's because I'm right-handed or why, but I tend to do that. And the good part about this, even though this is heated, you can set it down on the silicone mat and it's not going to hurt it at all because these are made to withstand heat. So while that one's setting, I'm going to move it out of the way, and I don't know if I have enough room here because even though you can't see beyond this, I have the stamps there. Let me move them over here. So I'll move that off to the side, and I'm going to share with you how easy it is to to add the color to these. And I'm using a Deco Color Premium Gold pen or gold foiling pen. On these, you do have to shake it up. You can hear the little, I don't know if I want to call them BBs or what, but little metal balls in there to shake it up. So I'm going to share with you how easy it is. And even this is not really a fine tip, but it works perfectly because it just kind of picks up the raised area in the wax. In this case, the With Love. It doesn't touch anything else but the raised areas. And look at how pretty it looks. And there it is. It went from being just plain pink like that to having the two colors. There. Hopefully that gives you a better look. But look how pretty that looks. So I love the way these came out, and so they are ready to go for my Happy Mail. That was the last one I needed to make. And here, let's bring this back in. And here is the last seal that I needed to make. Look how pretty that looks. So they are pretty consistent when you use a mold. If you guys find one that's a little bit smaller than 1.25 inches, if it had been like 1 inch, maybe even a full inch or 1 1/8 inches, that would be perfect for this 3/4 inch size wax stamps. But because this is 1 3/8, so it's a little bit wider than I thought. I thought it was 1 1/4, but it's actually 1 3/8. So if it was just a little, like 1/8 of an inch smaller, it would be perfect. Or actually like 1/4 of an inch smaller, because I think 1 1/8 inches would be perfect for that size of wax seals. But this works too. So anyway, if nothing else, it doesn't stick. Even if you go all the way to the perimeter, if you want to do that, if you want them to be really consistent, then you can go all the way to the perimeter, but don't fill it up too much, because if it does build up, it'll come up over your stamp, and then it doesn't look as pretty as if it just rises up around the perimeter. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that this was helpful, and now you have more ideas. I am going to be doing more of the wax seal type of videos, but I'm waiting for some product to come in, and then I will share it with you. Also, any of the links that I put in are affiliate links. Well, no, not really, not all of them. Some of them are, but no matter what it is that I test out or I try, nobody sponsors that. I pay for that. So, I am spending the money to share with you what works and doesn't work, and hopefully be able to save you money. But when I can get it right, it saves me money and it saves you money. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone's having a great day. Stay safe and God bless. Bye.